All right, guys, this is my second video. I kind of didn't really have time to plan everything out, but I was going to make a brand new funded account so that you guys can follow me on the journey of trading. I was gonna make it and really progress with this trading thing. Yeah. So as you can see here, well, you guys need to be. If you've been trading, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. If you trade ICT, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. But I'm just gonna go straight to it. Market opened, and we quickly displaced up, and we just been going up and up and up. So if we go on a 5 minute, this is all we've been doing. We've been going up and up and up and up. So usually what I do is I wait for a retracement. Now that retracement could be into this 5 minute fair value gap, which is right here or right here. Overall, I like to wait for the 15-minute fair value gap because it gives me a decision on where the market might want to go. As you can see here, we do have another fair value gap. Hold on, I just got to refresh this page. It looks like we do have another fair value gap, a 5 minute fair value gap that the market looks like it already tapped into, and it looks like it's already drawing out of it. These are my targets right here. Boom, boom, boom. I probably would have took the trade right there, but I don't like this retracement. It's not a healthy, good enough retracement. I really wanted it to tap into this large 15-minute fair value gap, which is right here. So, and then within the 15-minute fair value gap, maybe tap one of these 5 minute fair value gaps. That's what I trade. I trade off fair value gaps. But yeah, it looks like it's wants to displace out. If we get a close outside of this candle within the next 3 minutes and 26 seconds, I could possibly put in the trade. Healthy mindset me would stay away. Greedy me would probably go for the trade. Greedy me would have probably took the trade before the candle even closed. Greedy you would have probably took the trade if the candle didn't close or closed. Greedy. Here's the thing with trading. Greed will only lead you to destruction and the end of your trading. Let me repeat that again. Greed would only lead to your destruction and the end of your trading. Meaning you cannot follow greed. You cannot listen to greed. You cannot listen to, like I said in the first video, your emotions is everything. Your psychology is everything. All of this is really basic. This is all basic. You can get this down pretty quickly. You know, you know what a trend is. This is a trend. Fair value gaps. You know what a fucking, you can know what a lot of stuff is. You know, liquidity sweeps and order blocks and, draws on liquidity. You can learn all this stuff. But that doesn't mean the market is going to give you what you know all the time. You guys got to remember, this is gambling at the end of the day. The core, fundamentally, this is gambling. Nothing is concrete. Nothing is secure. So you really don't want to be taking a gamble, an actual gamble, when it comes to this. Everything needs to be statistic. You need to make sure everything is aligned. You want to use numbers pretty much. And you want to make sure that you're using data to make your trades. Every day you can't jump into the market. Oh, I'm gonna make $200 today. Oh, I'm gonna make $1,000 today. Oh, I'm gonna full port my account and hopefully I can make $100,000 tomorrow, because that would be gambling. This is fundamentally, this is gambling. But what makes people different is they turn the gambling into a system, into a numeric system where percentage wise they're gonna win more than they lose. They're not wishing and praying and hoping like it's the fucking New York, the Mega Millions jackpot. This ain't the Mega Millions jackpot. This is trading. Same with sports betting. My brother, he's a wizard at sports betting. Guess what? When he started, he wasn't that good. He's been sports betting for, I would say, 6 years now, 7 years now. He wasn't that good, but he thought he could make $1 million tomorrow. Realized that he can't, and then guess what? Stuck to it. Figured out a system. Worked towards it. Kept building. Learned different things. Build your skill. That's what I said in the first video. The most important thing is staying away from greed and learning how to improve daily. Learning how to make those small steps and improve every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Because in life, in order to attract the bee, you have to have certain skill sets. You have to have the honey. If you don't have the honey, what are you going to attract the bee or the fly with? Vinegar? The money, the whatever you're chasing is going to run. Same concept here. You know? Same concept here. Skills is the only thing that's going to get that money. Skills is the only thing that's going to get that currency. Trying to chase the market is only going to lead the market to run away. You know? The market, that's the only thing it wants to do, is going to run. You have to attract it. You have to bait it. You have to let it come to you. Let the market come to you. Let the bet come to you. You know? Build your skill. So, as we can see, market ain't really, well, actually, no, we closed outside of it. So, let's see if this trade was played out. Like I said, good mental me probably would have stayed away from this trade. Bad mental me would have probably took the trade. Maybe I would have hit, maybe I wouldn't have. But we'll see. You know, it's all about your psychology at the end of the day. If you hit, great. Guess what? You gotta wake up and analyze the market again. Don't think just because you won, oh, now you figured out trading and now you're the trading god. You have a long way to go, buddy. A long fucking way to go. Trust me. I've had plenty of weeks, 6 straight days, 7 straight days, just hitting everything. Boom. Cash out. Woo! And then I've had days where, oh my God, it's like everything I learned just got thrown out the window. You know? That's usually how it is in this trading world. So the next video I will be showing you a actual real trade on a prop firm account. And if you don't know what a prop firm account is, it's pretty much it's a firm that they're obviously a business, they're a firm. They make money off of people losing trades. But on the bright side is they're able to gift you money to trade with. So let's say you don't have any money and you're broke, and you don't want to throw $1,000 into a broker account, $5,000 into a broker account, into a live broker account. These prop firms, they'll do you the favor of giving you access to all that money, but at a low cost. So let's say you wanted to buy a 50K account. You don't really have access to 50K. Let me just say that. You don't really have access to 50K. They just call it a 50K account. You really get a 2K or 3K drawdown. Meaning if you lose more than 2K on that account, you smoke the account. It usually takes around $50 to $100 to buy this account. So with $50 to $100, you can buy the account and have access to about $2,000 of drawdown. Now you have to hit a profit target. The profit target is usually 3K. So if you do hit that profit target, now you pass the evaluation phase. And now you go into the actual funded stage. So when you get to that actual funded stage, that's when everything really matters. All the profits that you make, depending on the certain rules, each prop firm has a different rule, Oh, you got to make at least $100 for 5 days in order to request one payout. Oh, you got to make $250 for 2 days in order to request a payout. 80% payout profit split, 80-20% profit split, 90-10 profit split. Each prop firm has their different rules. So, if you're interested in trading, go check out the prop firm rules and go see for yourself. See what you like. If you're a beginner, I would say to stay away. Stay away. Go on a fake account. Go on demo and trade with fake money. Learn how to trade. You gotta learn how to trade first. If you're gonna jump into it brand new, if you're brand new to trading and you're gonna jump into a prop firm, trust me, you already lost. Trust me, you already lost. I'm gonna tell you this right now. You already lost. However much money you're gonna put making that prop firm account, just consider it you already lost the money. Because I guarantee you that you don't know anything and you're going to smoke the account. These prop firms, they make these accounts specifically for you to smoke the account. They want you to smoke the account. That's how they make money. That's how they bring in all this money that comes in. That's how they're able to pay out. Because they bank on people to lose the account, break the rules. You break the rules, sorry, got your money, got your $50. You want to try again? Okay, here's another $50 to try again, or another $100 to try again. You paid $50 to get the account. If you want to restart the account, you got to pay $100 now, and then you still got to pay monthly $50. Yeah, keep in mind you have to pay monthly $50. You think money is free out here? Money ain't free out here. Do you think this shit is easy? This shit ain't easy. So don't think it's easy. Don't think you're hopping into trading and thinking shit is sweet. Because trust me, it's gonna humble your ass real quick. Real quick. It's gonna humble your ass real quick. All right, so as you guys can see, we are kind of respecting this fair value gap. Um, I don't really trust this. I think eventually we're just gonna go even lower, maybe into this fair value gap, or this one. There's really no way of telling, really. This probably would this is a bad entry, number one, because what I usually trade on, what I usually trade for my entries is I'll go to the 1 minute and I'll look for a inverse fair value gap. So, like, let's say if we inverse this 1 minute fair value gap right here, which is kind of too late because, all these legs, it has to be immediate. So we have to go, and then we have to immediately come back up before we inverse, so we can inverse this fair value gap. This is taking too long. So I'm thinking this shit is just going to dump down even more. Maybe tap into here and then probably go up. Or maybe it taps into here and probably goes up. Or it'll probably just keep going down. Nothing's guaranteed in trading. Like I said, it's gambling. You have to play the numbers game. More than likely, this will happen. So I'm going to put this trade in. The more confluences you stack up, the more accurate percentage-wise your trade will possibly hit. And that's what separates good traders from bad traders. Good traders, they're stacking up a bunch of confluences. News, they got to see what news. Is it a good day to trade this day? Okay, you can have all the confluences in the world, but if news is saying don't trade today and you're trading, okay, the accuracy just dropped by a lot. But that's what separates good traders from bad traders. Knowing how to stack up a bunch of confluences and trading just off of those confluences or those important confluences. Bad traders, they're just going to jump in the market just because they see it going down. They see this big candle going down. What do? They're going to press sell. That's dumb. Why would you do that? Why did you do that? What reasoning did you have to come up with it going completely down? What reason? And what makes you think it's going to keep going down? And when will you stop? When will the trade stop? How much money are you even risking for it to go down like that? What, you just think you're gonna make 3K out of nowhere just because, oh yeah, free 3K? All right. All we know. I mean, it is starting to inverse now. And we are respecting this 5-minute fair value gap. I don't usually like to trade inverse fair value gaps with this much legs. It did not hit my stop loss yet, so we are technically still in the trade. This is my take profit up here. This is my stop loss right here. If it goes down here to 25269, then it stops me out. Well, stops me out because this is not an actual trade. This is a live demonstration of what I could possibly have traded if I had my funded, or if I made my funded today for you guys. But it's looking very choppy. The market is pretty much chopping around. This is a chop range. And if we do break out of here, we'd want to see it break lower and then come higher. Now, if it breaks lower, then we obviously going to get stopped out right here, which is why I don't wait for just any confluences. You got to wait for significant confluences. If we break out here, then hopefully it does take profit, but then usually, if it breaks out to the top, that's usually manipulation for it to just go lower. So with this trading shit, you gotta be very patient. Very, very patient. I'm not gonna lie, it's easy money, sure. But it's the easiest, hardest money that you can possibly make. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. It is the easiest, hardest money that you can possibly make. Yep, we're pretty much chopping around. Chopping around. Also, guys, keep in mind that it's 10:45 right now. You have to figure out when you like to trade. Certain times. You got to figure out certain time that you like to trade on. You can't just go on the computer randomly at 4:00 p.m. and think you can just put in a trade. It don't work like that. It does not work like that. Hold on one second. All right. Turn on this light. Better lighting. Oh, yes. Ooh, I'm looking like the Incredible Hulk. Okay. 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 Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, enough of the cringeness. Yep, this market is chopping around. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, yeah. You got to know when you want to trade. You can't just fucking pick up your phone, pick up your laptop, and just, 7 p.m. comes. Let me just trade. You know? Shit don't work like that. You can't just pick up your cell phone and just trade any time of the day. And if you do that, you really won't make it far in this trading shit. You got to pick a certain time where you want to trade. Me, you see New York AM open. It usually opens around 9:30. Pre-market opens around 8:30. That's when I like to trade. I like to trade from 9:30 to around maybe 10:30, 11 at most. We also have the London market and we have the Asian market. Some people like to trade Asian session, cool. Some people like to trade London session, cool. I stay away from those. I like to trade New York AM session. New York AM session. You know? And the reason why I like to trade New York AM session is because it offers the most volatility. My strategies play out a lot better during these times. Yeah, that's pretty much it. pretty much it. Don't get me wrong though, you can still trade any session, but I like to trade New York session. Other people, they like to trade Asia session, London session. Sure. Other people, they like to trade different currencies. I like to trade NASDAQ. You know, I like to trade S&P as well. NASDAQ and S&P pretty much the same thing. Some people, they like to trade gold. Some people, they like to trade Forex. They like to trade USD and whatever, Forex. I used to trade Forex, but I stopped fucking Forex. I don't like it. But you can trade different currencies. Gold. You can trade gold. It's a commodity. You can trade gold. You could trade silver. Not on prop firms. They just banned that because people they've been cracking the code, quote unquote. This is usually how the market moves. You know, you can switch different time frames. Each candle pretty much represents the time of the time frame. So this large candle right here, as you can see, big ass candle right here, this is a candle that represents 1 hour. This candle right here, this candle represents 1 hour. And we're still in it for another 8 minutes and 17 seconds. And this is pretty much what the market has been doing the past week. So today's what, Wednesday? Well, I'm recording this on Wednesday. But Tuesday, Monday, this is what it's been doing since Sunday night. That's when the market opens again. We close at 6 o'clock on Friday. We open back up 6 o'clock on Sunday, 6 p.m. So this is what it's been doing. It's been going down, down, down. Guess we swept liquidity out from right here. And now it's going up, up, up. These are called your trends. I'm not going to teach y'all how to trade this video. This is just a full crash course of what I would do if I made my funded. Actually, I really don't know why I made this. Because I probably wouldn't have done this trade. I guess this is just a... This is just a fucking draft video. Look at it as a draft video. That's what this is. It's a draft video of me starting my YouTube journey and seeing a trade that I could have possibly liked. And me taking the trade that I could have possibly liked, even though I didn't take the trade, because I didn't take a trade. Because this is not a real trade. This is just me marking out the chart. This is me saying if I would have taken the trade, I would have taken it right here. But as you can see, we are about to get stopped out. So, yeah. This goes to show you that you can know everything in the world. You can know everything in the world when it comes to trading, but if you don't put it in at the right time, the right moment, the right entry, the right everything, the right, then you're going to get fucked. You're going to get fucked. See, 11 o'clock, this is going around the time where I don't really trade. I don't really like to trade around these times. So guess what? I take my ass right off the market. And I will fucking wait for another day, wait for another setup. And I go back in and I see what's up for tomorrow. The charts ain't ever leaving. That's one thing we have to know. The charts is never leaving. So if we have bad psychology, which I still have bad psychology, I'm not going to lie to y'all here. I still have bad psychology. If you have bad psychology, just know that the market is here to stay. The market ain't never going away. The market has been here for years on years and years on end. The market will never, ever go away. So be patient. You don't have to make $1 million tomorrow. You don't have to be Kobe Bryant tomorrow. Just play the numbers game. Play the, oh, look at that. Boom. Stopped out. You see? Red right here. This is if I would have possibly taken the trade. Remember what I told y'all before? I think it was going to hit this. I was waiting for it to hit this large 15-minute fair value gap. That's really where I wanted to take this trade. I see a retracement coming. I don't know if it's going to be here. I didn't really think it would be here. I just took the gamble anyway just to show you guys what I possibly could have done on a bad mental day. I told you guys in the beginning of the video, on a bad mental day, I would have taken this trade. On a good mental day, I would have waited. This is a prime example of what happens if you trade with bad psychology. This bullshit like this happens. And you see, look, we tap into this fucking 5-minute fair value gap and we're shooting back up. My candles are a little different. The white candle means up, black candle means down. This means you are opening. No, sorry. The bearish candles, which is the down candles, this is where the candle opened. It came up to all the way about here. As you can see, the little wick right here. You see this little wick? Ding. You know, it came up to all the way up here, but then it ended up coming down, down, down. And now it's just kind of like bouncing around right here. It even went all the way down to right down here, which is how we got stopped out. It went down to all the way up here. I don't know if you guys see the wick right there. Boom. It went down to all the way right there, but now it's coming back up right there. So once this time limit ends, this is where we close. Wherever this ends is where we close. Same thing here. We opened here, closed here. The black candle opened here, closed here. It came up here. It came up actually all the way here. But then we ended up closing here. Boom. It even came down lower to right here. Boom. But then we ended up closing here. The white candles is pretty much just the inverse of the black candles. So it's the up. So white candle, we opened here, closed here. White candle opened here, closed here. White candle opened here, closed here. The wicks mean it's the price, where price went. Price pretty much came here. We opened here. Price came as much as up to here. Came down as much as up to here. But then we ended up closing right here. Ended up closing right here. Oh, sorry. We ended up closing here. Sorry. So we opened here. And it came down to here. All the way up to here. Came up to all the way up to here. But then we ended up closing here. That's what started the new candle. The bearish candle. So let's get this out the way because we already lost, quote unquote. We opened here, closed here. That's what started the new candle. Opened here, closed here. You see, we opened here, closed here. Now, if the market just all of a sudden wanted to just jump up and go to the moon, this black candle is going to turn into a white candle. But it doesn't change the fact that we opened here. So if we go past If we go past, which is it looks like it's about to do now, which would be a great example of what I'm trying to teach you guys about candlesticks. If you're a new trader, if you're an experienced trader, skip this part. If you're a new trader, watch, and I will give you guys more. I'll give you guys more educational videos, more detailed and dissected educational videos. This is just literally a crash course. This is just a draft video of me executing a trade that I would have possibly taken, even though it's not even a trade. So yeah, this is just me excited for this YouTube channel. You know, hopefully whoever's tuning in could tune in and watch me trade, and because I'm gonna be trading all the time. You know, I fell in love with the game, so I figured, why make a YouTube? Why not make a YouTube? You know, go make a YouTube, man. Go make some more money outside of trading. Like I said in the first video, you gotta make money outside of trading. You cannot be just focused on trading. You know why? Because when you're just focused on trading, you're gonna be locked in on trading, and that's how you fuck up. That's really how you fuck up. Being so locked in on fucking trading that you can't think about anything else but trading. That is bad psychology. That is not how traders trade. Traders, they hop on the chart, an hour, 2 hours at most, 3 hours at most, leave. Done. We're done. You know? You're not supposed to be on the market for hours on end and trying to look for setups and trying to look for you're gonna lose. You know? You gotta know what your risk management is. Risk management for me, I like, taking one trade a day. That's usually how I'm profitable most of the time. I take one trade a day. You know, if I win, great. If I lose, great. Now, I'm not saying that I stick to those rules, because, like I said, my psychology is not the best. It's not the best. Which is, if you read my bio on this YouTube channel, this is not a channel for perfection. This is not a channel for perfection. This is a channel for progress. We develop skills on this channel. We don't dwindle on perfection. I'm not perfect. We try to learn every day. That's what we try to do. We're trying to learn every day. This is a beginner friendly channel. I want you guys to look at this as beginner friendly channel. Don't look at me as this perfect because no, sorry. I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. My life isn't perfect. Trading, yeah, is a way to make money, but I'm not there yet. I'm not making millions of dollars yet. Just to be very transparent, very honest. I'm not making millions of dollars yet, but I will soon. If you have the dedication, you have the drive, you have this consistency and persistency, then you could do whatever the fuck you put your mind to. You just gotta be consistent, and you gotta learn how to not quit. If you quit, then all that hard work you did in the past, that's for nothing. There's been plenty of times I wanted to quit. Plenty of times. Maybe I had to take a break because my mental was just too messed up. It was way too messed up. And that's part of the reason why I'm making this YouTube channel as well, because I want to keep myself accountable, and I want to keep myself accountable for my YouTube. I don't want to show up as a hypocrite. I don't want to show up as a motherfucker that says all this shit but does the complete opposite, like a lot of these fucking trading gurus do. I want to keep myself accountable. So when I do end up at that stage in the future, number one, I built the skill and I built the disciplined muscles to know how to accurately present myself on the market day in and day out. But also to keep a journal of my trades. and why I'm taking the trade. So I can always just go back, review my trades. Maybe I missed this. Oh, why didn't I see that? Oh, there's a fucking order block right there on da da da. I should have saw, and a fair value gap right there on da da da. I should have saw that, or I should have saw we swept liquidity right there, and the market was just gonna go lower, and or could have possibly went lower, and or I should have maybe stayed away from that day because we're inside of a fucking big ass 4 hour fair value gap, and little did I know the market is indecisive for that reason. Many different things. It's all about skill. Learning skill, picking up skill, figuring out why. Don't focus on the money, focus on the skill. Do not focus on the bag, focus on how to get better. Focus on what did you do? Focus on what did you do that sorry, I'm getting a call. Focus on what did you do that led you to win, and what did you do that led you to lose. Simple as that. Whatever led you to win, keep doing that. Whatever led you to lose, stop doing that. Simple as that. Do not focus on the fruits of the labor, focus on the labor. As what Kobe Bryant said. I'm going to keep relating this to Kobe Bryant because his mentality was brilliant when it comes to work and work ethic and just showing up and how to show up. He showed up, work first. It was always work first, skill first, figuring out first. It was never about trying to score 40 points in a night. He didn't I mean, yeah, he wanted that. Of course, we all want to make $1 million tomorrow. Of course we do. Like, why are we doing this if we don't want to make $1 million tomorrow? But the way you go about it is how you make the $1 million tomorrow. How Kobe Bryant went about his way of working and building is through hard work, dedicated work every day, building, working, learning, putting your all in. No half-assing. Don't half-ass on anything. If you wake up on a trading day and you know that there's only one confluence instead of all 4 confluences, 5 confluences that you usually trade on, why are you trading? It's gonna hint your growth. You're probably not, statistic wise, you're probably not gonna win that trade. Same thing with basketball. Why are you showing up to practice half-ass? You're just cheating yourself. You're just cheating your own growth. We can't focus on the fruits of the labor. We gotta focus on the labor, because that's what's gonna get us the fruits of the labor. It goes back to that fucking fly and honey analogy. It goes back to life analogy. You have to attract the things you want. You can't chase the things you want. You attract the fly with honey. You don't attract the fly with vinegar. I'm sure you guys heard of that statement numerous times. It goes with anything in life. With women, you don't chase fucking women because they're gonna run away from you. You attract them. How do you attract them? That's however, each individual is different. They're gonna attract that woman how they attract that woman. The point is to attract that woman. The point is to attract that fly. The point is to attract the market. Build the skills. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this video short. Well, this wasn't a short video by all means, but this is a good first draft video of me possibly taking a trade on not a prop firm, on a trade that I probably wouldn't have taken, but I wanted to see if it could have won, maybe. I don't know what the fuck this video. I'm just gonna name this video Draft Day. That's the name of this video. This video is called Draft Day. Shout out to my guy Drake. All right. But yeah, it's been good. I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.